Hey, how's it going, and welcome to another Creation Club mod review. And this time we'll be looking at an older mod again as I catch up on all my stuff that I haven't covered so far. And this one's called Chrysamere and was released on October the 4th 2017 for 300 credits, which is around $3 or approximately £2.50. But as with all these mods, they can be found in cheaper and various deals. Sadly, I don't know who the mod author is, so if you do know, post in the comments below so they get their just recognition. Anyway, we'll do this in the usual way: a brief overview of the quest, have a look at the stats, and then look at the aesthetics, and I'll give my thoughts at the end of the video. So enough yapping, let's crack on. Now, once you've installed the Chrysamere mod, you will be directed to Fallhost, which is a ruined fortress on a peak southeast of Riften, which contains a word wall for the Storm Call Shout. You're probably likely to need to navigate the whole dungeon to complete the quest, and if you've never been to this location before, you may have to complete the quest Siege of the Dragon Cult at the same time, which is a great quest. It really is a great quest, but it's a bit tricky for low level characters, as you will meet some pretty powerful Draugr and a Dragon Priest, so do be warned. I believe this is a suggested level 24 quest, though I mean I could be wrong, but when I say it's tricky for low level characters, I do mean tricky. But the payoff is not only will you get Chrysamere, but you'll also get a Dragon Priest mask and a really good staff, as well as plus the Word Wall Shout. Bearing in one of those words, yeah, it's a Storm Call Shout. If you've already completed this quest, then I'm guessing it will just be respawn Draugr. Anyway, once you reach Fallhost battlements, you'll find the Lost Paladin in front of the Word Wall, wielding Chrysamere. You'll be able to take the blade once you've killed the ghost. Now, be advised, you may also have to fight Captain of Valmir if you're completing the quest Siege of the Dragon Cult at the same time. Though, if you want to avoid all this, and if you feel you're a little bit underpowered for this quest, the Word Wall where you get the Chrysamere is reachable by scaling the mountainside through a combination of jumping and or using Whirlwind Sprint Shout, and you can bypass the dungeon completely. The mountain slopes northeast of the ruins, or the arch above the door to the ruins, can be climbed in this way, though my advice is to take on the Dragon Priest staff, Dragon Priest for the staff, if you can think you can handle it. So now we've got a grubby little paws on this little lovely. Let's take a look at the stats. It's got a damage of 25 and a weight of 20. Now, to upgrade this, you need the Ebony Ingot and Ruby and the Ebony Smithing perk. Now, it comes with a triple enchantment, and it's not mixed with enchantments, one of which is unique. But it's not just the enchantments themselves, but in fact they all seem very defensive, not offensive. Anyway, when equipped, the sword grants 15% resist fire, 10% absorb magic, and slow health regen during combat. Now, we're all aware of the resist fire and absorb magic enchantments, but the slow health regen during combat may need a bit of explaining. It's also known as fortified combat healing, not to be confused with fortify healing, and increases the rate at which the target regenerates health while in combat. The only item that uses this enchantment is Chrysamere, and sadly it can't be disenchanted. So I'm not going to go into the whole game mechanics of out of and in combat multipliers, blah 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 blah, except to say apparently with Chrysamere equipped, health regenerates at 170% of its out of combat rate, actually increasing your health regeneration significantly while fighting, which is really kind of handy. And I always love triple enchanted items, and this is no exception. And I love the way they've gone down the defensive route, which easily falls into the type of pacifier paladin kind of role play. So my thoughts on this mod, I think it's a really nicely detailed and textured mod, actually very subtle, a bit like Umbra in that regard. It's a lovely looking thing, and if approached right as a weapon, it does become a pretty powerful weapon. I think it goes really well with the relics of the Crusader, but it also looks pretty good with many other armors. I have to say it does really seem to be geared for a niche, a paladin role kind of character, in my opinion. However, if you're using the right perks and enchantment slots, you'll get the best out of this, whatever your style of play. And if two-handed is your thing, then it's fairly cheap, and why not get this little lovely? Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. Catch you later. Love you.